I think what we know for sure already is that she was using a private server that was not protected, and she used it to traffic in classified and, with no doubt, sensitive information. And it's just an irresponsible way to act. It really is. For someone who is running on the notion that she's experienced and competent, this is really incompetent.
The Russian and Chinese governments probably know more about Hillary Clinton's email servers than do the members of the United States Congress, and it's increasingly clear that that very much likely has put our national security at risk. She told us there wasn't sensitive information, and there was. She told us there wasn't classified information, there was. Now we see, through not some political force or somebody else's campaign, but through the intelligence community's own inspector general, that there was top secret information there. I said it's only one of two things, and both of them begin with I. It's either illegal or it's incompetent.
The problem is that she said there was no classified information passed through the server or housed on the server. We now know that's not true. So we have clear evidence of classified information being given to this system outside the norms of the government. And to me, that is something that needs to be investigated, because there's rules about how you store classified information. This information was stored on a personal email server that was inappropriate for classified information to be stored on. It's that simple.
It's symbolic of exactly who Hillary Clinton is and Bill Clinton was. They believe they're above the law. They believe they're not accountable. They believe they can do whatever they want. You look at David Petraeus and the fact that what he went through, and Hillary Clinton has done things far worse than what David Petraeus was accused of doing. And she continues to run for president of the United States. I think it is illegal actions. I think there's no question in my mind that she will be found that she violated not just protocols but the law.
Mrs. Clinton lies about Benghazi, about her emails, about her server. I have been criticized for saying she lies, but factually she has lied about these issues. And 31,600 emails, it strains credulity to think they're all about yoga and her daughter's wedding.
There should not be a double standard. This is, if in fact it's true that classified information was transmitted over a private server and Secretary Clinton knew about it, which she had to have done, it certainly is in violation of the president's own policies, but it may also fit, as you described, into a violation of law.
This is a person, Hillary Clinton, who was the leading diplomat in our country, didn't use her office email, used a private server, deleted emails. If this was anybody else, this would have been done a long time ago. And so I'm glad they finally stepped up, and let's get to the bottom of it. Classified information on that server would be a huge national security risk, and Secretary Clinton should have known that, but she cared more about, averting the rules and applying her own rules to herself than she cared about following the law, apparently.
When you're dealing with classified material as the chief diplomatic officer for the United States, and you're keeping it in a forum that is not secure, that is vulnerable to hacking by the Russians or the Chinese or the Iranians or any other enemies of America, that is concerning, and it has certainly been the case that these are laws that have been vigorously enforced against others.
If they're honorable, they have no choice but to prosecute, because what she did is far worse than Petraeus on a much bigger scale. Petraeus' life has been destroyed. He actually got 2 years in probation and all sorts of things. And, her maximum penalty is actually 20 years. Now, let's not talk about 20 years, but her maximum penalty for this is 20 years. This was a much higher level of document than what Petraeus did. And look, she's, I believe strongly you're innocent until proven guilty, but it certainly looks like it's a far greater problem than Petraeus had.